Hi friends, welcome on YourPedia, and you are watching the important GD topics which are currently very relevant. And YourPedia is the largest platform where you can come and prepare for group discussions. It is something which you can learn through practice only. So there are a couple of videos which we have made, how to start GD, how to enter in GD, how to conclude GD. Those you should watch, and then you should take these documents. GD normally is 15 minutes affair in which 5, 7, 7, 8 students will sit together and talk. If you have some very relevant points with you, then you can score good in group discussion. एक आपको knowledge होना चाहिए, you should have knowledge about the topic little bit, and then you should have lot of practice. Even if you don't have knowledge about the topic much, but if your practice is good, you are in position to participate, you are in position to speak with others, then you will score good in group discussion. So these videos which we are publishing are related to the important day-to-day topics, so that you should have some main crux points, like okay, if this topics comes, this is the points which I will speak. The observer will listen to you very carefully and try to understand what you are saying, and if you participate in group discussion with some important points, then you have done your job. Now let me give you an example. Role of technology in disaster mitigation. Disaster management is a broad term. Management includes everything. Can you prevent natural disaster or disaster? Sometime you can prevent, sometime you cannot prevent. If you cannot prevent and it happens, then you have to mitigate its impact. You have to mitigate. Like suppose earthquake. Can you prevent earthquake from happening? You cannot. But if you make earthquake resistant building, that even if earthquake to the scale intensity of 8 Richter scale intensity, like Bhuj earthquake was 7.7 Richter scale and highly intense. So even if the earthquake of 8 scale comes, then also the building will not damage much. So loss will not be huge. That is called mitigation. Mitigation the impact. And then obviously relief and rescue operation comes later on. So disaster management is a broad term, and under this broad term comes many things: prevention, mitigation, and then recovery, relief operations and handling, those kind of things. Now, can technology be helpful in prevention or for that matter mitigation of disasters happening? Answer is yes, it can, because typical example I give you is early warning systems. Like tsunami is the wave which comes from sea and hits the port. By the time it travels, if early warning is given to the people, they may go to some safe place. So that early warning system is a typical example of the technology, how technology can be used to mitigate the impact of disasters. Disaster we know are two types: man-made disaster and natural disaster. Like typical bad railway accident in which 3 trains collide with each other and hundreds of people die. Odisha may we have seen last year. So that can be prevented if we have sensors and warnings and technology. Technology can prevent such kind of disasters from happening. And also, if heavy rain is going to be someplace and it can lead to huge landslide, if that early warning is given to people, even in Kerala, Wayanad, we have seen entire village got washed away with this landslide and debris. It was totally people died, 200 plus people died under the mud because of that landslide. If early warning would have been given to the people in that area, maybe they would have taken care of themselves. So early warning is typical example of that. So role of technology in disaster mitigation. Technology is a very important tool, indispensable tool in modern disaster management, no doubt about that. And it helps in predicting. These are the terms which are very important: preventing and responding. So technology can be used at 3 places. Predicting, there will be landslide, we can predict, and hence predicting means we can prevent it also. Maybe if we know that okay, landslide will be there, so let's warn the tourists not to go there. Or there can be huge we can say there can be some kind of cyclone or hurricane, so let the coastal people be aware about that, so they can prevent it. And then responding, suppose something has happened, then responding, how to respond to that disaster now. So technology, use of technology can be done at all these 3 places. Typical names you have to remember: early warning system, meteorological satellite, radar system to make weather forecasting, accurate weather forecasting. Seismic sensors can be used for predicting the earthquake. फ्लड फोरकास्टिंग मॉडल्स ऑन हाइड्रोलॉजिकल डाटा आर बीइंग यूज्ड. अब आप जब जीडी में पार्टिसिपेट करते हो देन दिस टर्मिनोलॉजीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. So you get more marks if you are very relevant, you are speaking in a structured way and you are taking care of the terminologies. So if terminologies are good and you are speaking in structured way and you are using the terminologies which are relevant for the topic, then you will get marks in the group discussion. So in the GD of 15 minutes, suppose you participated 4-5 times and you gave good points, that is what GD is all about. So group discussion mein it is not that you have to have a lot of knowledge, no. For every topic you should have knowledge about couple of things, that's it. Certain terminologies you should be aware and you should know those terminologies, and then you should have tons of practice. Practice is important. That is the reason you know YourPedia platform is created for this particular purpose, for you to participate in group discussion. You come and mentors will make you practice a lot for group discussion. Risk assessment and mapping, geographic information system, GIS. Now it creates high risk areas. Where are the high risk areas that mapping can be done, and remote sensing can be very effectively used. Now you know that India has two kind of satellites, communication satellites which are called INSAT, and then remote sensing satellites. The purpose of the remote sensing satellites is to know remotely observe earth, and also weather forecasting may also they are used. So remote sensing, geographic information systems, these are the technologies which can help to make the proper mapping of the area. Communication and coordination, very important. So real time update and coordination is very important. So relief and rescue operation, when we say the disaster has happened now, so relief and rescue operation. So for relief and rescue operation, this real time coordination, real time update of the data updation and coordination is something which is very important. And then yes, dedicated group discussion topic we have discussed about the social media also, but rapid information dissemination and crowdsourcing, uske liye social media can be very effective. Nowadays using the internet as a technology and social media platforms, lot of information can be spread very quickly, and that eventually helps to coordinate the efforts. Relief and rescue operations, these kind of efforts can be coordinated. Disaster response, yes, now drones can be used for surveillance, search and rescue, delivery of the supplies. Artificial intelligence can be used for analyzing the these all the things. Robotics can be used for hazardous environment operations. So disaster management, disaster response ke liye these things can be used. Disaster recovery, blockchain technology, digital payment systems, these can be used for transparent aid distribution and no corruption. So once a relief and rescue operation happens and then resettlement takes place, now recovery is to be done and entire normalcy is to be created. उसमें जो गवर्नमेंट का फंडिंग है वो प्रॉपर जगह पे डिस्बर्स होना चाहिए. रिलीफ जो डिस्बर्समेंट है दैट शुड बी इफेक्टिव. उसके लिए दीज थिंग्स आर वेरी रेलिवेंट. सो दिस थिंग शुड बी डन फॉर दैट. सो एग्जांपल्स ऑफ सक्सेसफुल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, इंडिया का साइक्लोन वार्निंग सिस्टम, यूज ऑफ ड्रोन्स, ये बहुत इफेक्टिवली यूज हुआ है. चैलेंज भी है, देयर आर चैलेंजेस लाइक डिजिटल डिवाइड इज अ चैलेंज, डाटा प्राइवेसी इज अ चैलेंज, साइबर सिक्योरिटी इज अ चैलेंज. So despite of the challenges friends, technology has immense potential to enhance the disaster resilience. So disaster resilience is a very effective. Research and development is something which is to be done, and we are to develop the technology. So if you see the developed technologies world over in the countries like USA and all, so where they are different from developing countries in the form of use of technologies. So for the if you take the example of Japan, more earthquake prone area that is compared to India. So typically in the in countries like India, when earthquake of the Richter scale 7+ comes, thousands of people may die. But in Japan, not even 100 people will die, because they have that technology with them and they are making use of the technology very effectively. So the same thing is required to basically mitigate the disaster natural and man-made disaster, not only mitigate but maybe prevent the disaster from happening. So overall technology has a role to play in disaster management. Disaster management is a very, very important topic, friends. Some or the other topic may be asked in GD from you, and please go through other topics also which are there on our website related to disaster management for GD. You will prepare really well for that. Thank you.